It's here again, E3 2017 edition. I am pumped. My favorite time of the year, because I'm a big man-child, as my daughter seems to think. Number one. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not on the EA bandwagon. Like, they put out good games, I acknowledge that, but I don't follow them enough to really know what they're up to or what I think they're up to. But what I do know is that EA and another franchise go hand in hand. One of my favorite franchises that kind of gone by the wayside. I think we're going to see a return of Dead Space. Dead Space 4 or Dead Space whatever they decide to call it with generic names. Just don't make it like Dead Space Origins, okay? Because everybody's doing that. Everybody's going on the Origins bandwagon, okay? But I do think Dead Space should return. I'm not sure if it will or not, but we'll see. Bethesda is going to have their conference. Now, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of like, ooh, Evil Within 2 and what was the other one? The new Wolfenstein. I think those are like the obvious ones. I'm not going to say obvious because they could come out and say something completely new. But what I do think is that they're going to take one of their existing games and turn it into a virtual reality experience. Now, I don't mean like the whole game's going to be virtual reality, but maybe they're going to make a big chunk of it and have it on like PlayStation VR and Oculus or Vive, whatever the case may be. Ubisoft. I like Ubisoft's press conferences. It gets a lot of flack, except for last year. I didn't like that one too much. But basically, it seems like every year they just love to push those Tom Clancy games. First we got The Division, then we got Rainbow Six Siege, and then we got Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's time to return Sam Fisher into the frame. Splinter Cell Resurgence. I don't even know if that's what's going to be called if it comes out. I'm just guessing that's the name because I'm doing that this video. I'm just guessing names, but I'm probably wrong. Now this one is going to be like extreme. Like I have no theory on what. I'm just putting a guess out there. If I get it right, I'm going to give myself like triple points. Okay. The Xbox Scorpio's official name will be Xbox Ultra. I don't know why I thought of that. Ultra's kind of a corny name, but it just seems like something they would do. Ultra HD, Ultra 4K, Ultra 60 frames per second, Ultra Gaming. I'm just going out there on a limb. It's probably not going to be that at all, but if I get it right, I'm giving myself a few points for that one, alright? Prepare for those Wii U ports going onto the Switch during Nintendo's event. Or Direct, that's what they call them now, Directs. So basically what I'm saying is you're going to see the return of Yoshi's Woolly World, Mario Maker, Super Smash Brothers, and maybe a better version of that Star Fox game that came to Wii U that nobody played. I'm not usually one for ports, but I understand that they do bring those because there's a lot of people out there that haven't played those great games, and they probably should, so I understand that. I'm not dissing them for that at all. I just want to put that out there before, like, Nintendo fanboy, I can't believe you said that about Nintendo. PlayStation VR. It sold a lot. It sold well when it came out. But now I think there needs to be a price drop. I think PlayStation VR will have a drop in price. I'm not sure how much. I don't think it's going to be $100, maybe $50 if I had to guess. But we'll see. I haven't bought PlayStation VR yet because I'm not entirely on that bandwagon. But if they knock down the price a little bit, maybe I would. I find it hard to believe that Lionhead Studios and Microsoft put all that time and effort into Fable Legends and canceled it, and they're not doing anything with that progress they made on that game. I believe Fable 4 will be announced at Microsoft's press conference 2017. Once again, I don't have anything to base that on. But I do know that Microsoft needs games. And I think Fable 4 will resonate more with people than Fable Legends ever would. Death Stranding will get another trailer. There's not going to be any gameplay. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I'm like 90% certain you won't see gameplay. But what you will see is one more actor pulled into the fray of Death Stranding. We already have Norman Reedus. We already have Mads Mikkelsen from like Doctor Strange and Hannibal. And then Guillermo del Toro showed up in that last trailer as well. I think there's going to be one more teaser of sorts telling us who the other actor or actress will be. A new Pokemon game will be announced for the Switch, but it won't come out on 3DS. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, why won't they put it out on 3DS? There's more 3DSs out there than there are Switches. Yes, that's true. You're absolutely right. But from my point of view, if you want to get Switches out there more during the holidays, bundle it together with the Switch, and kids are going to start bugging their parents for Switches instead of 3DS games. Because let's face it, we already know that 3DS is kind of going to go by the wayside. They need to start promoting their Switch. They need to start making more content for the Switch. We all know that, and Pokemon's a good way to go. Plus, it wouldn't be so bad if they packed it in together, but then they made a bundle like where the actual Switch was yellow, and then like the two controller, the Joy-Cons was like red and blue. This is a long shot. Long shot. We haven't seen it in forever, but I believe that Mega Man will return in some way this E3. Now, I don't know if that's going to be in a Smash Brothers game or what, but I just think it's been too long, and I think it's time for Mega Man to make his return. We already know that there's an animated series being developed, so I'm thinking maybe they'll make something in conjunction with that and then announce it. Hopefully. Borderlands 3 will be unveiled. We already know it's coming. They've already said, like, yes, we're working on it. They've hired their writers, I'm sure, probably a couple of years ago. How do I know that? Because I applied for the job and I didn't get it, but that's okay. So we know it's coming, but it will be a timed exclusive only to one of the consoles. And if I had to make a guess about that, it'd probably be the Xbox. As of this past week before this recording, which was on June 4th, Nintendo announced that they're not going to have their online thing going on until 2018, which is going to be $20 a year. But that also means probably you're not going to see like Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, 64 games to be able to buy and download onto the Switch. But then again, why would they want to when they can just come out with the SNES Classic? Yes, the successor to the NES Classic that everybody wanted, and people were putting it on eBay for $500 and all that ridiculous crap. Nintendo, do me a favor. Manufacture, I don't know, a lot more and make the cords more than 3 feet if that's what you're going to do. There's going to be a new UbiArts game. UbiArts, a smaller studio within Ubisoft, make games like Child of Light and the Rayman games. I do believe that we'll see their game. And just to put one further out there, I think we're going to see another Rayman game because I think it's been a while. And I think Rayman's poised for a return, a very grand return for that matter. Rayman, those games are critically well received, and I think Ubisoft would put the money towards making a new one. Now, this probably isn't going to be that huge of a surprise, but I believe that the Game of Show overall for E3 2017 for all the outlets is going to be Super Mario Odyssey. I know that's probably like a no-duh moment because last year, like Legend of Zelda just like stole the entire show. But a Mario 60, a game in the vein of Mario 64 coming back for the Switch is a big deal, and hopefully Nintendo, I doubt Nintendo screwed the pooch on it. So that's probably the game that's going to be most talked about. Number 15, and the last one's a doozy. Bear with me, okay? We have this Xbox conference. We know the Scorpio is going to be shown, and like the actual name of the Scorpio and all that. I'm going to take it a step further. Now, I can't explain to you why I think this, because of reasons, but I believe that during Microsoft's press conference, they're going to announce a partnership with Oculus to bring VR to the Xbox Scorpio. Now, some of you might be like, well, okay, but didn't a few months ago they took the VR listing off of the specs or whatever on their main site? Yes, they did. But it still doesn't change the fact that the Xbox Scorpio has enough power to run Oculus. They have 3 USB ports, all 3.0, where you only need 2 for the actual headset and the sensor itself. And then that third USB port can be used for the touch control sensors. Basically, if you want to get down to brass tacks about it, Oculus and even Vive, some of these VR machines, they're not in a good way when compared to the PlayStation VR. PlayStation VR sold well because there are a lot of PlayStation 4s out there in the market. There might be a lot of Xbox Scorpios or whatever it's called out there in the market at some point. And I think as a business, Oculus has to know that not everybody has a PC that's powerful enough to run the Oculus. There's going to be a lot more people with an Xbox Scorpio eventually, as opposed to someone with a great PC machine. It just makes sense for them to get it out there, to sell more headsets, to sell more of the touch controls, to integrate their Oculus games into the Xbox store and have a relationship there. Microsoft doesn't have VR. They haven't put anything out there in VR. But if these guys can come together, it'd be magic. That's it for me. I just have 15 this year. Some of them are out there, some of them aren't. Some of them are probably obvious. Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to Nerd Theory. Please like this video and share it. I'm Brian, and keep on being entertained.